way, but there's no denying he's one of two undisputed reigning world champions, along with Marvin Hagler. But here is the first bout tonight, live. Carlos De Leon from Puerto Rico against Chicago's 29-year-old Alfonzo Ratliff. It's the WBC Cruiserweight Championship. That's a fairly recent event, between 176 and 195. Now let's go to Chaka, the ring announcer.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Superstar Theater of the Riviera Hotel and Casino, where tonight Don King Productions, in association with the Riviera Hotel, presents D-Day Dynamite, a World Championship doubleheader. These bouts are sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Sig Rogich, Chairman, Harold Buck, Executive Secretary, with commissioners in attendance at ringside, Mr. Dwayne Ford, Mr. Art Lurie, Mr. Sammy Macias, and Mr. Freddie Little. The officials assigned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission for this next bout of the evening, the judges are Jerry Roth of Nevada, Ray Solis of Mexico, and Angel Luis Guzman of Puerto Rico. Your referee is Carlos Padilla. This is a clear main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBC World Cruiserweight Championship. Introducing, in the blue corner, the challenger, rated #1 by the World Boxing Council, fighting out of Chicago, Illinois, weighing 192 1/2 pounds, with a professional record of 19 wins, 2 defeats, and 15 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the challenger, Alfonzo Ratliff. And in the red corner, from Rio Piedras, Puerto Rico, weighing 187 3/4 pounds. His professional record consists of 38 wins, 2 defeats, 1 draw, with 26 KOs. Here, ladies and gentlemen, is the World Cruiserweight Champion, Carlos Sugar De Leon.
And here's how they compare. Considered to be a very, very fine champion. De Leon is 26 years of age, but he gives away a lot of height, and he gives away a mammoth amount of reach. In fact, Ratliff is within half an inch of the reach that the now legendary Primo Carnera had. 85 inches. A longer reach than Ali, as you know. Angelo had a long one. Larry Holmes, well, this man's got the long reach. What else does he have?
Well, he's got determination. I had a talk with him, and man, he wants it badly. And the only thing I look at is that maybe he wanted too much and just try too hard too early.
Yeah, that's possible, as you know, in title fights, Carlos, that you can press and get yourself in trouble early.
That's right. I also spoke to him, and it's interesting that his only losses have been to heavyweights, so that's very interesting. This is a cruiserweight fight, so...
Well, a couple of good heavyweights, too. One that Angelo's been here training, Pinklin Thomas, for his upcoming fight on the 15th right here in Las Vegas against Mike Weaver. He lost to him, and he also lost to the man that Thomas will fight, Tim Witherspoon. So if those are your only 2 defeats, you've got some credibility going for you.
That's right, a champion and a former champion.
This is scheduled for 12 rounds. The WBC World Cruiserweight Championship, as I said, it range between 176 to 195, and Ratliff snaps out of there in a hurry. The dancing by the rhythmic De Leon from Puerto Rico as he circles around the ring. His nickname is Sugar.
Carlos, the interesting thing is that these shoes just arrived today for Ratliff. I told him it's a no-no to wear new shoes the night of a fight. So I don't see if there's going to be any problem, because those shoes are heavy as the devil.
And there was a bit of a dispute over the kind of gloves they're going to wear, too, before the fight. They got that straightened away. Now they're in there for 12 rounds to determine the Cruiserweight Championship. Man in the middle, referee is Carlos Padilla.
Featherweight, he bounced like a rock.
The better balance is with the champion, Sugar De Leon, as you can see. Ratliff's always had a problem with his balance when he spreads his legs way open.
Which he does.
Which is a no-no, and he can get nailed with a left hook very easily.
Looks like a batter in baseball with a wide batting stance. He's got those long arms. So far, we have not seen him take real advantage of that by sticking out a jab or trying to get any kind of authority established here in the first round. Coming up on the midway mark now.
De Leon will do this, I think, probably all 12 rounds. He'll move, use his jab, and try to set that right hand out. Ratliff at this point looks very tight to me. It could be, you know, championship caliber fight, but he looks tight.
Well, he's coming forward, but not doing a great deal. And De Leon is content to move backward and in a circular fashion around this Riviera Hotel ring here in Las Vegas, without incurring much damage so far.
Don, you notice the height is not that big a deal or that big a difference, and the reach is not that big a difference because the man's not jabbing. So what's a long reach if you don't utilize it?
That's what I was saying earlier. That jab should be his principal weapon to get things established with those long arms. 9 inches longer than his opponent, the champion. But the champion is so fluid and can move as we're inside a minute now of time remaining. Ratliff bangs twice to the body as they were in a clinch.
That left hook was almost paydo. Paydo, Carlos.
That's right.
He just barely missed it because the guy was really set up for it.
There's the jab by De Leon coming out now as Ratliff misses with the right hand. Good hook thrown by the champion, De Leon. Less than 20 seconds to go in the first round. And the champion looks very, very much in control against this man with the longer arms, unwilling or unable to use them so far, and this is the first of 12 scheduled rounds. Round 2, WBC World Cruiserweight Championship. With you live from Las Vegas, Don Chevrier with Angela Dundee, Carlos Palomino. And a great contrast in style and an evident contrast in ability in that first round. De Leon, the champion, looking much the best from every aspect in terms of boxing skill. Hammers him there with a good shot.
He was asking for that because he was reaching with the jab. He should have been snapping the jab. He's not snapping his jab. He's not setting any kind of attack for De Leon. De Leon will have a picnic unless he changes his style completely.
You know, besides being very stiff, he's following De Leon around instead of cutting the ring off with that jab and stepping with the jab in the right hand.
Exactly.
Like you say, he's laying the right hand out, the jab out there, and he's going to get hit with that right hand over the jab.
Bangs away now with the right. Look at De Leon with a left hand down by the bottom of his trunks there. He snaps it up with much greater hand speed than does the challenger from Chicago, Alfonzo Ratliff. He's lost for twice in his career, a record of 19-2. The champion, 38-2-1 with 25 knockouts.
I'm glad that neither one of these fighters is banging into the ropes because these ropes are bad. They're loose as a goose. It looks like the heat from the lights have definitely stretched them. So I think they're going to have to tighten these ropes because they're in real bad shape right now.
Well, you mentioned the heat also. It's fairly comfortable inside here in the Riviera, but outside it went upwards of 105 degrees here in Las Vegas. They're looking for a temperature of 110 here tomorrow. So the heat wave, in fact, summer has arrived in Las Vegas.
Carlos, that was a great appraisal of what's happened. He's playing ring around a Rosie. Yeah. The Rose that have cut them off. He's just walking straight at him, and he's just not even cutting them off at all.
Exactly.
He's kind of playing follow the leader in reverse.
You know, De Leon is moving towards his right hand. I think what he needs to do is step in with a jab and throw that right hand to the body, and possibly could set something else up with that. But right now he's just following him around and not doing much else.
Ratliff tried to set up a combination, delivers a series of blows there. But as we've seen before, in the first round, now in the second round, there's no comparison in terms of hand speed, is there?
No, the quicker guy is the champion, and the champion better not get lazy, though, because he's Ratliff will definitely chase him all over the joint, and he's game as they come.
It's a big opportunity for Ratliff. Who knows? He might have done some harm to his career fighting the likes of Thomas and Witherspoon. He didn't exactly go down in the first round. He hung around for a while with them. Certainly a couple of respectable losses, but they feel this is his best category, the cruiserweight division. He's been trying to do a little bit more coming forward in the final minute of this round than he has so far in the fight. But again, De Leon, the champion, still very much in command here as we approach.
Duo Spice Solid keeps guys so.
Alfonzo Ratliff coming out for the third round against the champion of the cruiserweight division, Carlos De Leon of Rio Piedras, Puerto Rico. And you wouldn't recognize this man a few years ago, Ratliff. He weighed 263 pounds. Now at cruiserweight at less than 195.
Don, before we get off between the rounds, you said something very sharp, because you said two heavyweight fights took an awful lot out of Alfonzo Ratliff. He's not have the speed to contain the champion right now.
Now he's got De Leon tied up for the first time in the bout over on the ropes and is taking it to him. Looking more impressive here than he has thus far. The challenger Ratliff putting on a spurt and a flurry early in this third round.
Well, the corner told him to jump all over him, Don. That's the only shot he's got, what he's doing right now.
Using those long arms to score with a fine combination there. He may have been a little tight in the first couple of rounds. Maybe he's got his bearings in there now. He's forcing De Leon to fight from off the ropes in a counter-punching position.
De Leon has no business being on the ropes with this guy. He should be moving, using that jab, and setting up his right hand and left hook. But he's standing on the ropes, taking punishment right now, and that's
a looping right, another one thrown by the challenger Ratliff. De Leon seems quite content to stay there, but he's paying a price. Couple of snapping left hooks. There's more spring now in the punches of Ratliff, Angelo.
Well, naturally, and Carlos hit it right in the button. He don't belong on the ropes. He should be turning and spinning. The bigger guy is Ratliff. De Leon's a smaller cruiser than Ratliff.
De Leon 187 3/4 and Ratliff about 5 pounds heavier. Now Ratliff is certainly gaining momentum and confidence as he goes through this third round. He's had a fine first couple of minutes of it. He's taken the action to the champion, who easily won the first two, but Ratliff on his way to winning this the third round, and rather convincingly at that.
There he is against the ropes where he should not be. You know, I talked to De Leon prior to this fight, and he told me that he wants to go up and fight heavyweight. I think that he's making a mistake. He thinks that if he stays in there, it shows that he can fight a heavyweight. He'll get a shot at one of the big boys, and he's making a big mistake right now.
Well, it's a tough spot to be in, this cruiserweight division, because in his case, you got to drop 12 pounds to become a light heavyweight, and it's a long way up to become a heavyweight. So what do you do? Right now, he's just trying to hang on to his title against Ratliff from Chicago, the WBC's #1 contender. As we have less than 15 seconds to go in the third round, as the referee Padilla will adjust the glove of Ratliff. So at the end of this round now, we're going to pause for a word from your local station. Round 4 underway at the Riviera Hotel in Las Vegas. A crowd including 2,000 Marines brought here by matchmaker Don King, enjoying what they've seen so far, especially with the challenger Ratliff turning him on to make this an interesting bout in the third round.
They're telling De Leon exactly what I've been saying. Don't stay on the ropes, jab, and step to the side. Let's see if he follows instructions.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because they were speaking in Spanish. I didn't know what they were talking about over there, but I assumed they pointed out to him.
Well, they were telling him exactly, stay off the ropes. Don't stay still. Just keep moving and keep him turning. Only thing I didn't like about De Leon, he's laying down in the corner like he's going through a picnic. Legs stretched out, laying back on the ropes. Man, he better get on with it. He's going to wind up losing his title fighting the way he is right now.
They may have overestimated this man. He spots some outstanding cruiserweight challengers. He may be taking Ratliff a little lightly, and the third round told us you can't afford to do that. Now he comes forward with a couple of jabs to the face of the challenger.
Well, Ratliff is a legitimate heavyweight who decided to come down to the cruiserweight. Started off at 216 pounds, and he came down to the 190 limit. Right now, he's putting the pressure on and making De Leon back up. And
he sure is making him back up with those long looping shots to left, especially now the jab comes through. Ratliff, a totally different fighter from what we saw in the first couple of rounds here. And this is really opening up.
He's starting to get loose. He's starting to pressure him more. It was the only shot he's got fighting like that.
And I think that De Leon is opening the door for him, because De Leon is not fighting back. He's not using the jab. He's not setting anything up. He's going to the ropes, and that's where he's going to get hurt.
Ratliff, too, showing us a good variety of punches, too. He'll hook, he'll jab, he'll throw the overhand right, he'll jam the uppercut in, he'll work to the body. He's throwing just about his entire arsenal here. A good start to this fourth round, now more than 2 minutes old.
You know, Carlos, my fighter, Pickler Thomas, told me, he said, this is one tough hombre. He said he keeps covered, he tries, and he's very strong. And I think De Leon's feeling the pressure from this guy.
That's right. It really seems like he is. And De Leon doesn't seem like he went in with a real good gas tank. Filled to the top, I mean. He seems to be kind of walking around the ring now.
He's got to go back to that service station in the corner every round. Try to top it up a little bit. Now 15 seconds remaining in the fourth round. You have to give this to the challenger as well as the third. After the champion, Carlos De Leon, won a couple of fairly lackluster opening rounds.
Cut.
There's a cut for the first time appearing on the eyebrow of Ratliff. This is the fifth round. The WBC World Cruiserweight Championship is on the line, and on the line it is. Is a very hungry, suddenly aroused challenger with a tentative start behind him in the first two rounds. Alfonzo Ratliff has taken it to the champion Carlos De Leon in rounds 3 and 4 and won those two.
That last round, that De Leon corner is going to run out of water from their buckets because they really gave him a bath. He's doing a drip job out of his trunks. The cut was taken care of by the corner of Ratliff. Bull presents a real good cut guy, and he's got the cut stopped.
Looks to be a very small cut just beside the right eye of the challenger Ratliff in the black trunks. I wondered for a while watching Ratliff start this fight because he was quoted as saying this week, I have the best jab in the history of boxing, and I was chuckling as he went through those first two rounds, but the jab and everything else looks a lot better now. May not be the best in the history of the game, though.
I think that Leon would have been happy if he kept fighting the way he was fighting the first two, because I think this fight right now is dead even.
I agree with you. Carlos, what do you think?
Exactly. Ratliff is starting to use his jab and starting to put some combinations together. I think that the cut is just reopening. That might give him some problems.
And De Leon with the left hand works on that. And the action just above us here, ringside at the Riviera Hotel in Las Vegas as we now approach the midway point of round number 5. Remains to be seen how troublesome that cut will be. But more blood now pouring from the right side of Ratliff's face.
Ratliff really took some real good shots there, and he wobbled with a couple of them.
De Leon coming on a lot tougher now, and no doubt knows that he has to. The challenge with the long arms working in close now. And now he backs away to give himself some distance. A little over a minute to go in the fifth round. But De Leon knows he's in a fight, and obviously now knows what he has to do to keep this championship.
It's become a fight instead of a boxing match.
Sure has. All of a sudden.
Both fighters are trying to open the glove and put it on their head, and I do the referees will jump on both of them. They're both opening their gloves, which is a no-no.
Well, Carlos Padilla does his job and cautions the two of them. Snapping left hook, a good one thrown by the champion De Leon. Now it is the challenger Ratliff on the ropes, where the champion was most of round 3 and round 4. But from a boxing match, as Carlos Palomino said, it has turned into a brawl, and a pretty good one here as we get down to the final few seconds of the fifth round. It is scheduled for 12. The WBC World Cruiserweight Championship at stake here in Las Vegas tonight. Stay with us.
Sodium-free relief.
The sixth round is underway. We noticed a couple of rounds ago, and again in the last round, the cut beside the right eye of the challenger, and now De Leon has one opened up on him late in that last round. Again near the eye.
He's got a worse cut. Carlos and I both noticed it. It's the inside of the eye.
That's right. He laid against the ropes at the end of that last one and took some vicious uppercuts, and I think that's when the cut happened. I mean, the man, all he has to do is move, use his jab, and throw combinations and stay on the outside, and he's laying on the ropes, punish him, but he should not be taken.
Well, the cut man has done a marvelous job. You would not know that really the one on De Leon exists. Ratliff, of course, you see the substance there to try to contain it.
De Leon's eye is starting to run pretty good. Inside, you're going to notice it right away. Ratliff's cut's been well contained by both present. De Leon better stop laying in those clinches. De Leon better start moving. De Leon better start doing something because that's a vicious cut on his eye.
He's certainly got more snap at his punches now. They're coming quicker, and they are more abundant than they were in the earlier part of the bout, but he has got a battle on his hands here as we get down near the midway mark of this the 6th round.
Carlos, you had a guy spread like Ratliff. Would you stay in one spot? Would you move him, play side to side, play checkers?
That's it, exactly. And that's what he has to do with that cut is move and choose that jab and not stand there and try punches because that cut is, like you said, is a vicious cut.
And it opens up again now with that shot right there.
And it's starting to bleed very badly.
Yes, bleeding quite profusely now. The cut. The eye of the champion, Carlos De Leon. Ratliff's cut is fine at the moment. But as he turns, you can see the blood from the left side of the face that is right up there in the eyelid.
And he's also bleeding from the nose, Carlos. That's a mark to me. You know, the guy maybe has a slight cold. Maybe he's not the best of condition.
And, you know, it looks like Ratliff just smells it. He's just picked up the pace a little bit, and he's starting to work the jab and work the body and then bring it up.
Yeah, the first 2 rounds were simply training camp for Ratliff. Now he is turning it loose, looking very impressive again in this round with his hands, and of course the cut on the eye of De Leon is a big factor to become bigger unless it gets completely stopped. I don't know how they can stop it now. The cut, that is. Good looping right hand by the challenger Ratliff as De Leon responds with one of his own. We're inside the final 10 seconds of round number 6. And at the bell here for the 6th round, we'll pause for a word from your local station. 7th round underway. Some furious work in that corner on that cut, the eyelid of De Leon.
Well, it was Amateurville and Dixie. The guy was doing a good number. Name was Johnny Taco. He was working on the cut, and De Leon's mouthpiece was dropped on the floor. Lucky that Taco found the mouthpiece.
And Ratliff smells his victory. He's coming to he's going after that cut with right hand.
And this crowd here, including 2,000 Marines, really into this bout as the blood begins to pour from the left eye of the champion, Carlos De Leon again. Ratliff, seeing the blood, I'm sure, is inspired all the more, knowing that he has stung this man and created a potential problem for the champion.
And De Leon is making another mistake. He's going towards Ratliff's right hand. And that's why he's getting hit with that right hand. He's going right to it instead of moving opposite where he should be doing like he just did.
This shifts his movement there now. But the majority of punches and their solid blows, many of them only the odd one getting blocked for the gloves of the champion De Leon. Ratliff's been on a roll here since the 3rd round. De Leon might have won the 5th. 6th round of Ratliff, but this is the 7th. He may be slightly ahead at this stage.
No doubt that Ratliff's ahead. I think that the more it goes, Ratliff's going to get better and better. De Leon's going to look for one big punch, and that cut is definitely bothering him.
Yes, he loves at it. No sign of any further trouble from the more superficial cut sustained by Ratliff about 3 rounds ago. But a different story for De Leon as you see the blood pouring from around the left eye. And it is bothering him, as Angelo Dundee told you. We now have a minute to go in the 7th round. It's mostly Ratliff again.
Ratliff just did a no-no. He blew his nose. You definitely shouldn't do that when you're fighting, and especially this kind of a fight. But if one of the eyes closed on him, he's going to have a big disadvantage.
De Leon is doing, I think, what he has to do right now to survive this fight, and hopefully that his corner can stop that cut. He's moving, he's using his jab, and he's staying away.
Well, after a while, after constant abuse, it becomes a question as to what the corner can do, how long they can keep that together.
De Leon's doing his thing.
this.
De Leon's doing his thing. He's boxing down. He's got to box. Otherwise, he's going to get licked.
And move, as he is doing now. The long arm of Ratliff comes out again with that lunging jab to the face of the champion, Carlos De Leon. As the seconds wind down, in this, the 7th round scheduled for 12.
I have taken on...
ready for round number 8. The WBC World Cruiserweight Championship on the line. An exclusive live presentation coming to you from the Riviera Hotel in Las Vegas tonight. Carlos De Leon in some difficulty in defense of his championship against Alfonzo Ratliff.
Taco Fridley's got that cut a little bit under control. That last round, he put some more pressure on it, put the medicine into it. He's starting to control it, Carlos. So just long, but any good shots will reopen it.
You know, and he's fighting now the way he should have been fighting all along. He got in trouble when he got on the ropes and he got the cut. Because of the cut, he's gone back to boxing, using his speed, using his jab, and that's what he should have been doing all along.
As a result, the champion's playing catch-up here against an aggressive challenger. Took the action to him from the 3rd round on.
Ratliff's got another cut over his left eye. So Bill Presenter got his work cut out for him. It's 2 cuts.
The previous one is still holding up fairly well and has for about 4 rounds now. Good hook. Rock De Leon. Set him back a couple of steps. He was stunned by that shot, and a good chopping right hand follows a left and a right as they tie up.
Ratliff knows he's got to go for broke. That's a very bad cut on his left eye. Much worse than De Leon's.
That eye showing signs of closing on him now a little bit. Ratliff was speaking of the challenger, so he did go to work.
Can't blow that nose. That's what does it.
His eye is starting to swell and it's starting to shut on him now. And De Leon is now he's jabbing at it. He's going for it.
And by contrast, the more serious-looking cut previously, that of De Leon, is holding up nicely here, although it's opening up a little bit now, late in this round, a little over a minute to go.
Gauze came loose out of the glove. That happens a lot of times, though. Sometimes by accident or somebody wants to do that. I wonder why.
Both hands utilized well with speed by Ratliff. He said this week he will not let this opportunity for a world title slip through his hand.
Ratliff told me he never worked harder or got in better shape for any fight, and he's showing it because condition's going to win this fight, Carlos.
That's right. They're both throwing a lot of punches now. It's become a war.
De Leon's the better banker, Carlos, but Ratliff is throwing more punches than De Leon.
Both men will have to be attended to by the cut men in their respective corners after this 8th round is completed. But it's been a pretty strong round again for the challenger, Alfonzo Ratliff, taking it to De Leon, the reigning champion.
Ryder presents
The 9th round from Las Vegas. I'm Don Chevrier with Angelo Dundee and Carlos Palomino with you as we watch the WBC World Cruiserweight Championship unfold. Up for grabs right now, but a very aggressive challenger continues to take it with both hands to the champion, De Leon.
They better fix that gauze because they're giving De Leon more time to rest.
It's a lesson for the young pros and young amateurs who are watching this. When you have the tools and boxing ability of De Leon, you don't get on the ropes and take shots like he did in this fight.
He has made a great many mistakes tonight, and now in these final rounds, as you said, conditioning may win this fight. That may be the test to determine if he keeps his championship. There's no question about the desire of this challenger, Ratliff, and his ability.
And Ratliff is doing a better number now. He's putting his hands up when De Leon looks to lean in and nail a left hook.
Ratliff bothered by his left eye, as De Leon has been by his. Which left eye will be the better of the two at the end of this bout?
De Leon's corner is telling him to move, because it's the only way he's going to get away from a Ratliff, because he's really determined. The better balance is naturally De Leon, but Ratliff is really doing a number on him by banging him.
Want to welcome our good friends, Angelo, at Channel 9 WR-TV in New York City with us on the network tonight. We're watching Boxing Live from Las Vegas, and these two cruiserweights have opened this show up with a flourish.
Determination and desire sometimes will make up for a lot of lack of talent, let me tell you. And Ratliff definitely wants this title. He's showing here that he wants it. He wants to win.
The there's no question De Leon possesses the greater skills, the greater mobility in the ring, but that desire and that ongoing assault that Ratliff has taken to De Leon has made its mark here and made a difference in his bout, perhaps. 45 seconds to go in the 9th round. The long arms now are respected by the champion. There was no punch to them before in the early minutes of this bout from Ratliff, but that has all changed a long time ago.
Now, both cuts on Ratliff have been stopped. I mean, Present has done a real good job. With De Leon, eye still bleeding.
And on it goes. Now you see the blood streaming down the left side of the champion's face, Carlos De Leon from Rio Pedras, Puerto Rico. Looking more awkward now than he has at any other time in this bout. He was stung early in this round by the challenger Ratliff. We're winding down the time in round 9, and at the bell, we'll pause for a word from your local station. Ready for the 10th round. They want the time stopped as they started a loose lace again on that glove.
And all that's doing is helping our friend over here, because the gas tank's running dry on him.
That's right. You know, they're telling him in the corner to use the jab and throw combinations of 4 punches, and he's asking for water.
And we saw on the face of Ratliff calm determination, might best describe it, as he spent the final few seconds on his stool waiting for this 10th round. He looks very much in command at this stage. The challenger.
You know, Don, when you say very much in command, I always hesitate before I say that, because I don't know what those guys are starting to fight. We're looking at one, they might be looking at another one.
Well, what I mean by that is he's well within himself. He's doing his own thing now. He's moving with confidence and moving aggressively in the ring, and he's certainly doing his part to win this bout.
And he's cutting the ring off instead of following De Leon around. He's starting to step in front of him, which he has to do.
Thursday night wrestling going on right now.
De Leon just pulled a good number, grabbed the rope with the left, grabbed the rope with the right. He did a real good number in there. And you know, Don, our camera guys are really doing a heck of a number, you know, real close up and watching them grab.
It is getting rougher as it continues near the halfway mark of the 10th round. A couple of tough customers in pursuit of the WBC Cruiserweight Championship.
You know, I think if Ratliff threw a jab, faked the right hand, and came in with a left hook, the run will run right into that left hook.
And De Leon is really, really in bad shape, because first time he's showing like he's out of gas. And if Ratliff does any kind of an attack right now, it won't surprise me to see De Leon go down.
He really has slowed up appreciably here in this 10th round. Ratliff the right, the left, and the right again. Left hook he follows with.
And De Leon, who takes a real good shot, wobbled for the first time. Backing off. The legs were unsteady.
Not a good round for the champion. They've got 2 left after this if it goes the limit to decide this title. Tee-off time for Ratliff here in the ropes above us. Blood again from the eye of De Leon. Fires a good left hand at the challenger as Ratliff comes back and misses with his left uppercut. Hard shot to the body, good left thrown to the champion, to Ratliff's face. But you're right, Angelo. De Leon looking a little tired, although he's dancing now with a little bit of spirit as this round, the 10th, comes to an end. Well, the cut band have done their thing in both corners. Ratliff has substance around both eyes now. De Leon near the left, and Ratliff takes it to him early in the 11th round again. Hurts De Leon. Hitting him on the back, hitting him anywhere he possibly can. De Leon just hanging on, Angelo.
He really is in sad shape. He really got hurt with that right hand behind the head and that right against the rope. He's in real bad shape. And
Good right thrown by Ratliff. De Leon moving ever so much more slowly now. The legs all the more stiff and leaden looking.
The kite is starting to bleed pretty bad now.
I don't think the cut's any consequence right now. I think the condition of De Leon is worse than the cut. And the other thing is, Ratliff's tired himself when he spit out his mouthpiece near the end of that round, which is a dead giveaway. So Ratliff is not that great shape physically either.
He is coming at him with those long arms from long range and scoring with both hands.
And there might have been a reason why De Leon went to the ropes. He didn't seem to have to start off with a very good condition, and after 4 or 5 rounds, he started leaning on the ropes, and that's when he got in trouble.
Halfway through this, the 11th round, scheduled for 12. Ratliff outscoring him 3-1 here in this round, maybe more. 1, 2, 3 more, and they're good scoring blows. Hard punches thrown by Alfonzo Ratliff. With a minute to go in the 11th round, he's all over De Leon and the ropes above us. Chopping right hands, telling the toll. De Leon paying the price, staying in that corner and taking punishment.
Ratliff is keeping him in the corner at this point with his shoulders and working the angle, throwing the hook, stepping to the other side, using the right hand uppercut. He's doing a job right now.
He has held him in the air for the last 45 seconds. Unable to punch his way out. Counter punching now to the guard of Ratliff, which is lucid as he's been on the offensive. 20 seconds to go in the 11th round. A great 11th round for challenger Ratliff. Now De Leon counter punching as well as he has in this entire round from that permanent position on the ropes just above it. Great action here for the Cruiserweight Championship in Las Vegas. The 12th round coming right up.
Come on, boys.
The 12th and final round, the WBC World Cruiserweight Championship, and it's been a great one. A slow starting Ratliff, the challenger, picking up the momentum and taking it from the 3rd round on.
If I were Ratliff, I'd just keep on grabbing him, pushing him, shoving him, because the puncher is De Leon, and he's hitting some great shots.
Good right there by Ratliff, followed by a left, straight left to the jaw of the champion De Leon, and the blood appears in his left eye again. But as Angelo Dundee said, it's not the eye that's the problem, it's the strength, the remaining endurance and stamina of the champion that may be the telling factor, and has been at least for the last 2 rounds.
That's right, but you know, at the end of the last round, De Leon showed me a lot of guts. He fought very hard off the ropes. He's trying to come back, but as you say, his gas tank seems to be on E right now.
E and wavering. But he's got a lot of heart. He would not be a champion for this long without a lot of determination.
Here goes the gauze. Here goes another rest for De Leon.
A troublesome glove again. Needs attention as Padilla takes the challenger across to his corner.
The reason that happens, they don't tie the tape high enough to the top of the tape. I usually lace it down below. I don't mess around with the top.
Looping right hand, partially blocked by De Leon. De Leon wades in with a left hand of his own.
De Leon's not going to get him out of there with one shot. He's going to take a series of punches. Because that Ratliff is a really determined guy, and he wants his title.
Well, it may go to the 3 judges, and in championship bouts, you know, it's got to be a pretty impressive performance before a champion will lose his title on points. But we could be looking at that kind of situation here tonight. Ratliff indeed has been impressive, but as Carlos said, the heart of De Leon, the champion, showed up in the final 30 seconds from off the ropes in the 11th round, and is showing once again here in the 12th. A couple of very tired boxers into their final 45 seconds of this bout.
One good punch might turn this around, this last round. Because they're both hurting each other.
Ratliff looks like he's on
unsteady legs.
Unsteady legs, very, very much so.
And so is De Leon.
I'll tell you this, they're both delighted it's not going 15. Ratliff with a good chopping right hand there as we're inside the final 20 seconds of the bout. 12th and final round, long looping right to the body thrown by the challenger, Alfonzo Ratliff, who has distinguished himself. He's taken it to De Leon here, and it looks very much now as though it'll go to the hands of the three ringside judges. We'll have the decision after a word from your local station. Great for what Ratliff had, but he had all kinds of courage and all kinds of ability. Don King, the man who put these two together and the rest of the card together, the premier promoter in the nation, is with us now. You got a good start to the show, Don.
Yes, I did. That was a great show. I was just so happy. It's D-Day Dynamite. They're really doing a great job here, and I thought it was a terrific fight. Ratliff really proved himself tonight.
He looked like he was tentative for a couple of rounds, and then when he got the feel of things, he took it to the champion. Let's see which way the decision went. Chuck Hull, the ring announcer, has that for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the decision of the judges. We have a split decision. Judge Angel Luis Guzman scores 117 De Leon, 114 Ratliff. Judge Jerry Ross scores 116 Ratliff, 113 De Leon. And Judge Ray Solis scores 117, 114 for the winner and new.
Alfonzo Ratliff, who promised he would not let this opportunity slip through his hands, made good on that promise tonight. The 29-year-old challenger from Chicago has unseated Carlos De Leon from Puerto Rico as the WBC Cruiserweight champion, and the Marines, who came in tonight 2,000 strong, are delighted with that bout and obviously with that decision because everybody loves an upset. They saw one here in this bout with brisk action between these two from the third round on. So Alfonzo Ratliff of Chicago, who was the WBC's #1 contender on a split decision, wins it over the now former champion, Carlos De Leon. You heard Don King a moment ago at ringside talk about how happy he was about the action we saw tonight. No happier than the man we saw in the ring, Ratliff. But I mentioned the Marines, and I thought it was a very unique and a very interesting and touching move that you made, Don.
Yes, I thought it was really great, and you just heard Bruce Springsteen. That's one of my heroes. He's singing Born in the USA. And this morning, about 7 o'clock, Ratliff called up and said, I want Born in the USA with Bruce Springsteen for my theme song to come into the ring. He said, I'm going to win the title. I said, well, good luck to you, young man. I hope you get it. And he did it, so I say this is just exciting. And it's really great when you see the guy get the decision after he's won it, and everybody in the crowd knows that he's won it, and then the judges give it to him. That is very gratifying.
Well, I want to talk now and bring attention to the fact that you did bring in the 2,000 Marines from 3 bases in California. Brought them in, fed them, set them up here at the Riviera. They're at ringside. They're having a marvelous time. I never doubted your patriotism, I guess, from the day I saw you at the Olympics in Los Angeles ringside when you're walking around with the American flag. We have them all over this arena tonight. And this, of course, a very special day in history. D-Day, 41 years ago. You brought the Marines in. Tell us about them and tell us what your project is.
Well, I feel so very good to be an American. It's only in America that the Don King happened. And when you see the Marines coming in buses, in mass, and a convoy second to none, it was one of the most exhilarating experiences that I've ever had, and enjoyed. It's just great to be an American, but you see them guys coming in now. The Leathernecks have come in. They have invaded Las Vegas. They have established a beachhead at the fabulous Riviera, the oasis in the desert, the home of Pia Sedora. And when you see these guys standing there at attention, and there's Pepsi-Cola, Roger Enrico deserves a great vote of thanks. He's the president of Pepsi USA. He gave them all the beverages and died Pepsi to keep their weight. And then look at this band marching down the street here. This is down Las Vegas Boulevard. It's just fantastic. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, and you see our great defenders of our nation. This is what's so fabulous for me, is commemorating D-Day, which is the anniversary of the invasion of Normandy, which set the tone for the free world and established us as one of the reigning powers of freedom, liberty, justice, and equality for all peoples around the world, but especially Americans. And this is thrilled to see this. Listen, look, it's just something that I think that all Americans can take a part in. It's a significant participation in seeing those great Marines, 2,000 strong, with the famed, renowned Drum and Bugle Corps playing the martial music. It's just fabulous. And, you know, it's something to think these guys. We just have Meshulam Rickless, who gave them the Burger King Whoppers, and you'll see them eating later on. And Roger Enrico of Pepsi, he give them the Pepsis. It's great.
Sure is. And here's that great...
So we also have an exciting evening of boxing, and we want you to enjoy the hospitality of the Riviera. It is yours. The Marines have landed. God bless you guys, and God bless America.
All right, Don. Well said. And you've heard the expression, send in the Marines, well, you brought them in, 2,000 strong. You do things in a big way, in a great way. You could have brought in 100, you brought in 2,000, and as you said, they're all well fed.
Yes, they are, and we got 200 from Nellis Air Force Base. Lieutenant Jerry Reed brought them in, and it was really great. But look at these guys here. They're enjoying those king-size Burger King Whoppers. Aren't you hungry for a Burger King? And look at the Pepsis. It's just fabulous, you know. And they're so excited, you know. They really like... Now, this young man, this is his birthday. This young kid is 19 years old, and he's a private Donna A. Pierce from Mason, June 6, 1966, 6 is all the way across the board.
Well, a great day for him and a great day for all these young people here. I'm sure for most, this is the first time they've been ringside at a major boxing event.
Yes, it is. The colonel told me, Colonel Jack Throckmorton, said many of these kids have never seen a world title fight, including himself, and he was just delighted. It was a great morale booster, and we're just happy to be it. But be able to give it to them. But it's also a great spiritual morale booster for all Americans, because D-Day is a memorable occasion. It is something that's very solemn and very significant in our lives when they invaded Normandy and changed the whole face of the globe in world peace. This is the land of the free and the home of the brave.